Welcome, 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 and again, welcome. Let's see who jumps in. Who's joining? From where are you joining? Always good to know. Leave me some comments. Let me know where you are all joining from. And the reason for this is because I like to do lives different times. And I know what countries are participating, of course. It's always good. Thank you, my friend. South Africa, very, very good. Montreal, not too far away. That's awesome. Okay. Ghana, thank you, my friend, for joining. Like usual, always a pleasure to have you on board. And feel free to share this, by the way. The more people you share this with, the more of a community we build here, and more people, of course, join, and the better it is for all of us. All right, so Luxembourg, hello, my friend. Hello, Lisa's in the house. Very, very good. Joanna, of course, thank you for connecting, Joanna. Thank you for being here. And I've been watching your astral projection videos. Please elaborate more. Okay, so from Kenya, awesome. Before I start with your questions, of course, I want to briefly touch base here for all the new people that are just joining. If any of you don't know who I am, of course, you can always check my page here on TikTok. And if you like what you see, of course, you can hit a follow. And at the same time, you can hit the little bell icon. That way, every time I upload a video, you will be among the first to get notified. Okay? And for all of you that were asking actually about my other platforms, you will see I have a little link at the bottom of the page. It's called Linktree. You tap on that. That's going to direct you to my YouTube and Instagram. And of course, very, very shortly, and I mean very shortly, I'm going to add my actual website on that as well. And having said all this, for those of you that want to subscribe, this is your opportunity. You can do so while I am live, of course. And that's just the way TikTok has set things up. You can only subscribe while I am live. And if you decide to do so and you wish to, you can have a 15-minute Zoom meeting with me one-on-one just to catch up on things. Okay, Shahira, good evening, my wonderful friend. Thank you for being here. All right, so before I start taking your questions, of course, what I wanted to touch base a little bit on was plain and simple. I actually did a video earlier about it. And it is something simple as to you are, okay? Only me, thank you for being here. So what does this exactly mean? You are. Think about it, okay? When you say to yourself that I am, or when you say that you are to somebody else, I want you to ask yourself a question. Can you ever remember a time that you weren't? I challenge you to remember that. Just go back and think. Is there ever, or was there ever, a time in your current life, of course, that you remember not being? Of course not. I'm going to make it easy for you, and I'm going to say, of course not, right? And the reason for this is because you always have an awareness of that you always existed, okay? And I'm going to go one step further, and I'm going to say something that might shake a few of you. And when I say shake, I mean in a nice way, okay? It's going to shake you maybe to becoming more aware of who and what you really are, okay? So it is a very well-known fact, as a matter of fact, even today, even scientists are starting to jump on board here, and they are realizing that time doesn't really exist in the way we perceive it. This is big. This is big, big news, okay? Of course, it's not news to the ones that, you know, a lot of spiritual masters, if you can call them this. I don't like labels, that's why I'm saying that, right? We've always known this, but science is catching up. So, if you think about it, right? You are right here, right now. You exist. And you cannot remember a time that you didn't exist, right? So if you exist right here, right now, and time doesn't exist, this means that you, my wonderful and beautiful friends, were always existing, and you always will exist. There's no end to you. Okay? So that's food for thought. I just wanted to throw it out there just so you can just pick up on it a little bit. And I just wanted to give you that as a New Year's Eve present and a New Year's Day present, I should say. Okay? Be aware that you are, and be aware that you were never aware of not being, and be aware that you always will be aware. All right. So having said this, now I am open for comments, of course. You can ask me different questions. It doesn't necessarily have to be related to whatever the topic is today. And the topic, of course, is about you are, right? So you can go right ahead and ask me whatever it is that you might want to ask. Okay, so Shahira, good evening. I love that. Okay, I have, and Nathanael, thank you for joining, my friend. I have a dream last night that I was a rich man. It's so crazy to think of. Actually, it is not crazy to think of at all, Nathanael. And I love your name, by the way. So, check this out, okay? Every time you dream of something, believe it or not, it is happening in a different reality, okay? If it wasn't happening in a different reality, you wouldn't be able to pick up this information, okay? So it is definitely happening. Now, believe it or not, Nathanael, I love that name, there's a version of you that is very, very rich. There's a version of you that is very, very poor. There's a version of you that is very, very sick. There's a version of you that is very, very healthy. There's a version of you that you have a different skin color. There's a version of you that has a different religion. There's a version of you that is bald. There's a version of you that has long hair. So you get what I'm saying at, right? There's multiple realities and infinite possibilities. So what you were dreaming of is just you tapping into that reality. Okay? Sylvester, thank you, my wonderful friend. So it is not crazy at all, but thank you for commenting. All right, let's see. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Keep sharing, guys. The more we share, the more people we encourage to come on board. And believe me, the messages that we are spreading here, the messages that we are relating to people, we are actually helping the whole consciousness of not just humanity, but of this wonderful and beautiful planet of ours. And I'm going to go further and say the universe as a whole, and even beyond that, because we do definitely know that there are multiple verses, of course, okay? Manny, okay, like your videos, real stuff. Awesome. Thank you for your beautiful, beautiful comment. And Rachel, hi, courage, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, my wonderful friend. I do realize that for some of you, New Year is just around the corner, because I do realize that a lot of you are also connecting from, countries like Australia, New Zealand. Craig, thank you for that beautiful present. So I get that. So you are getting closer and closer and closer. And the reason why we even have, New Year's and all that is because, again, we decided to come into this physical plane so we can experience time in a linear fashion. But we all know, at least I hope we all know, that time doesn't exist, period. But since we're here, I wish everybody a happy 2023, of course, because after all, we did come here to experience time. So, awesome. Don King, do you need a doctor? Don King, Thank you for your beautiful question and comment. So I'm going to throw back a question to you. Who created doctors, Don King? Is a doctor somebody that came from a different realm? Is a doctor somebody even real? Or was a doctor created and manufactured by this wonderful, wonderful world of ours? And I'm not being sarcastic, because this world is wonderful and it is what it needs to be. So my question to you is, who created the doctor? Don, thank you for your question. When you can understand the depth of my question, then maybe you're not going to throw it out there so, what do you call it, so generous. Okay, no, I can't actually, all right? Very good, always been here, absolutely. So, yes, you can't. I get that totally, only me. You can't ever recall a time of not being, because you were always here. And again, always been here. Thank you, Rachel. You have been always here. Yes, every time I'm asleep. So, every time you are asleep, the only thing that you realize is that you are sleeping. But believe it or not, you are not in your body. Which again means, just because you don't have, let me put it to you this way, even as you sleep, you still have a sense of who you are and where you are, believe it or not, okay? You are still aware. Your awareness never ceases to exist, even as you sleep. Your conscious mind sleeps, but who you are never sleeps, okay? Because even in your sleep, you're moving, you're breathing, you have dreams. And yes, you do have dreams. Even if you don't recall them, you always have dreams, which means that you are aware, okay? Otherwise, you wouldn't be having those dreams. But awesome. Rachel, we can actually go to different dimensions while we're here. Yes, we actually can. I've also made a video on this, believe it or not. Maybe you've seen it. Yes, we can shift to different realities. We can shift to different dimensions. And as a matter of fact, we do it constantly, believe it or not. The difference is that we don't really remember, because it happens so often. And what happens is we shift to a reality that is very, very similar to ours. So you got to pick up on the little differences, right? It's not going to be like a difference where you walk out the door, you were living on a flat plane, and all of a sudden there's a mountain in front of you. If there's such a huge difference, which it can happen, by the way, then that means that you've really leaped to a whole different ball game. All right, so Rachel, do you believe numerology? Beautiful question. The question, though, I'm going to throw right back at you, and I'm going to say, the question really here is, do you believe in numerology? The reason I'm saying this is because what I believe in is irrelevant to you, right? Not just to you, to anybody. Why is this? Because we all create our own realities. So when we believe in something, we actually create it. That's why I'm throwing this out there, okay? So if you believe in numerology, Rachel, then you can use it as a tool, okay? And we do know, I'm going to go one step further, we do know that this universe is, in a sense, numbers do play a huge role. It is, mathematically inclined, I should say. So in this case, yes, numbers do play a role, but they are only tools, remember that. And so time is an illusion, 1000%. Time, for who you really are, is an illusion, okay? As a matter of fact, the whole thing is an illusion. But time, as we know it, even on a scientific point of view right now, even in quantum physics, we do know that it doesn't exist. As a matter of fact, they knew this a long time ago when they started making even movies in Hollywood about time travel, going back to the future, going back, you know what I mean? That didn't just happen, thank you, John, that didn't just happen by accident. They always knew this. Just because we haven't put it together doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, right? But believe it or not, Hollywood was one of the first that knew about time as an illusion. So, yes, time is an illusion. Okay, I'm going to go down real quick to see if any of my subs here have any questions, because I got to give them the courtesy. I got a lot of messages here, so I need to go down just as a courtesy to see if any of my subs have any questions. Not that the rest of you are not important. Thank you, Joanna. You're all important, but I still need to pay some courtesy to them, because after all, they are paying to see me. Katrina, hello, hello, my wonderful friend. Nice of you to show up. I hope you are doing well. As a matter of fact, I know you're doing well. Why? Because you just sent me a smiley face here, so I know you're doing well. And you're commenting. Beautiful, Katrina. Thank you for joining. And who else is here? John. Hi, hope you're good, my friend. Thank you, John. I'm doing very, very wonderful. And how are things out where you are? I know that it's kind of chilly where you are. I know it's kind of cold where you are, I guess, this time of season. But at the same time, I know that you bring love and kindness wherever you go. So that's wonderful. Thank you, John. All right, and Amelia joined. Thank you, my wonderful friend. And there goes the hat and the mustache, of course. And John, typical being my cheerleader here. I love it. All right, so I'm going to go back up and see if I missed any of your comments, of course, just so we can be fair with everybody here. Okay, so no, can't actually. Okay. All right, let's go. Do you believe in numerology? I answered that already. The illusion part I answered. All right. I don't know if I exist. Okay, so every time I'm asleep, I don't know if I exist. Actually, I'm going to disagree with that, because deep down inside, you do know that you exist. See, I get what you're trying to say here, but you don't know if you exist as the human body of yours is the more proper way of putting this, okay? And the reason for this is because even when you sleep, you always know that you exist. You're having a dream, even if it's a lucid dream. You're connecting with other people. You don't connect with those people in your human form, okay? You are connecting with them in the form of who you really are. So in this case, you know that you are having an experience. You know that you are chit-chatting with people, let's say in your dream. You know that there are things happening. So just the fact that you know and that you have the sense of being there is your proof that you know that you exist. Okay? So yes, you do definitely exist and you know it. It's just you don't see it as your human body, I should say, because you're not your human body. Hey, come back to me. Okay, I'm here. You had a question for me? Let me go back up. Do you have a question for me? I don't see your question, my friend. Yeah, I don't see your question. So if you have a question for me, just repost it. Okay. And Animals World, you are a fantastic man. I learned too much from you. Maybe you're saying I learned so much from you. Too much, I know what you're saying though. I'm just teasing you. So too much is never too much. Why? Because we always grow. We always expand. And all the knowledge in the world and the universe, when it gets downloaded to us, believe it or not, we think that we can't contain it all in this little mind. And I say little because compared to the universal scale, yes, our mind is little, actually. But you can contain a lot of information, surprisingly enough. Okay, so again, Kaza, okay, what is our goal to be in this world? So, beautiful question. I actually get asked this quite a bit. Okay, so for everybody, of course, we have different goals. believe it or not. But having said that, there are certain goals that are very, very common for all of us. Okay? So, goal number one, we want to experience life in this physical or on this physical planet and in this physical realm. Again, I'm saying physical with hesitation because, again, there's no physicality to anything. Doesn't matter what dimension you are in. It's just energy and consciousness playing this game. Okay, but having said that, Amelia, thank you, my wonderful friend. So that's goal one. You want to experience this world. Goal two, you want to grow and expand by experiencing this world. Okay. Goal three, you came here to learn about love. Yes, you heard me. You came here to learn about love. And even though your being is love and light, there's no end to learn about love. Thank you, Katrina. So you came here to learn about it. And this is why, if you notice in your everyday life, your relationships with a lot of people, might it be co-workers, might it be family members, might it be neighbors, might it be, doesn't matter what it is, you will always have a difficult relationship with more than just one or two people, with multiple people on different occasions. The reason for this is it's done on purpose, so you can learn about love, you can learn about forgiveness, you can learn about compassion, you can learn about all those wonderful feelings. All right. Another goal, you got me going now, right? About goals, right? Another goal is to learn about energy, of course, and to become an energy master. Okay. And I love this because I truly am so much in alignment when it comes down to energy. I just love the topic. If anybody knows me well, they're going to tell you the same thing. My favorite subject to actually talk about is energy. Why? Because it is all around us. Everything around us is energy, and we are the consciousness behind it. And when you understand the power behind this statement, then you can realize that you, thank you, Aster, as the consciousness behind this, okay, you can take this pen, for example, which is all energy, and you, by directing your consciousness towards this, you can create anything you want. You can make this pen do anything you want, okay? You created it to begin with. And when I say you, yes, you, because you are here in different forms. You are here in so many different ways. You created this pen. Why? Because you create your own reality, believe it or not. This pen would not exist if it wasn't for you looking at it, observing it, and knowing that it's here. It's as simple as that, because you are the consciousness behind it. For some, I know this a little too much to swallow certain times, but I'm telling you, once you get the hang of this world becomes so much easier to navigate. Thank you, Silver Star. Thank you, my friend. Sir, what time do you fall asleep? I challenge you to give me time. So again, thank you for your beautiful, beautiful question. Again, and I'm going to repeat it again, we came here to experience life in a linear way. So we have created time in this world, okay? But time does not exist, okay? What you are suggesting here about what time do you fall asleep, time, when we look at the clock, is man-made, okay? Somebody created it, and we just are following along because we have been conditioned like this. But one of the first things you're going to realize is if you astral travel, number one, or if you had an out-of-body experience, number two, or if you had past lives that you actually recall and remember. And I'm saying past lives because it's not just one. You've been here thousands of times. I guarantee you that, okay? So when you recall all this and you understand that all this is taking form in the here, in the now, then you are quickly going to realize that time is man-made. Okay? And as far as what time do I sleep, I don't have any particular so-called time that I sleep. Whenever my inner body tells me to shut things down, I just follow suit. All right. Beautiful questions. I love it. Spirit Hippo. I love it. Hi, do you have any knowledge of remote viewing? Vision. Just going to wait for this for 1 second. Do you have any knowledge of remote viewing? Vision you may share, please. Okay. So remote viewing, again, is something that we can all do. It is a capability that is out there for everybody. It's just like anything else. You need to practice it, right? So my suggestion to start practicing would be, of course, try it with somebody that you love first, somebody that you are connected. Why? Because you have an energetic connection with them to begin with, okay? Let's say you have a spouse or your brother or a sibling, it doesn't matter, right? Somewhere. It could be, doesn't have to be somewhere far away. Could be even in the same house, in a different room, okay? Ask them to, I don't know, take a deck of cards, for example, and hold a number up, okay? And tell them to look at that number and pay attention to it. And then see if you can actually pick up on what that number is. Now, don't be discouraged if you fail the first time and second time, because I guarantee you, you will. It is normal. Okay, if you don't fail, I'm going to be mind blown, because then that means that you are an exception to the rule. But keep practicing over and over and over, and you will quickly realize that you're becoming better and better and better at it. So remote viewing is just another way that you can, expand yourself by practicing with it. It is very, very real, okay? And Manny, death is sleep. Waking up is a rebirth. We are constantly changing. Yes, we are constantly changing. You're totally right. We are always evolving. We are always growing. We are always expanding. Beautiful. And Rachel, why one can dream about everyone else but not their family for a period of time? So again, there are people that do dream about their family, believe it or not. There are people that dream of others, but as a whole, it doesn't matter who you dream about, because in the end, we are all connected with all these different people. So somebody that you might consider as family here in this physical reality might be family to you in a different dimension. Okay? So, beautiful though. I love it. Good evening from Germany. Thank you, love and light to you, my friend. How can loved one that has passed give us messages in our dreams? So they do this actually very, very easily, believe it or not. They can give you messages in your dreams through something that connected the two of you when they were alive, or maybe through images, okay, a certain picture, because especially in the dream world, your subconscious doesn't speak a language. Your subconscious communicates with you via images, okay? So there's going to be an image out there that you're going to see that definitely represents something to you, but also if it is coming from somebody that has passed, it represented something to them as well. So look for the common ground that you might have had with this person that passed and take it from there, right? You can analyze it further by doing that. And Ioana, I'm totally into it. After my spiritual awakening, everything changed. Yes, and everything will change after you've reached certain levels of understanding, because Awakening is a never-ending process, of course, and awakening is just a level of understanding. Really, that's all it is, right? And you just get to a different level of understanding, and you keep growing, and you keep expanding. I love it. Let's get some more likes here. The more likes we get, the more people jump on board in this wonderful conversation. And if you feel like you want to share this, please go ahead and share this with as many people as you want. Thank you for that. Janet or Jane? Okay, much love, light to you and your beautiful family. Thank you, my wonderful friend. I love it. How can I keep away people which are evil eyeing? Beautiful, beautiful question. So if you raise your vibration and frequency to certain levels, believe it or not, those type of people are not going to be around you because they can't handle that energy that you are and the frequency that you are putting out there. Okay, so that's number one. Increase your personal energy. Number two, every person that you meet, just change your perspective about them, because just the fact that we are labeling somebody evil, that is not coming from who you are. This is a thought, a perception that you have of this person. So again, your mind, your thoughts are actually lying to you, because in reality there's nobody evil, and nobody really evil eyes you either. Okay, but I get what you say. So I would just say, increase your frequency and vibration by feeling positive emotions as much as you can. Okay, that's what I can say to you about that. I once dreamt I was a pen. True story. So how do I explain that? So, believe it or not, you were that pen. And when I say you were, what happened in your case is what we do when we do actually telekinesis. And for anybody that has seen some of my videos on telekinesis, of course those videos are not about showing off to anybody. They are just to show you how powerful you truly are, because if one person can do it, so can anybody else, right? You just need to connect with it. So in your case, what happened is you connected so much with this pen that you actually saw yourself in it. You projected your consciousness into this pen. Okay? It's not crazy. Believe me, it happens all the time. When we do telekinesis, we do something similar. At least I do. I actually see the object as being a part of me. If I can't see it as being me, I see it as being part of me. So it would be like an extension of my hand or my finger. Why do I see it like that? Because when I see it like this, I can easily influence it. I can move it, right? That's what telekinesis is. I can move it because I don't see it as being part of me. Just as simple as moving your hand, you can move your pen, right? Not crazy at all, my friend. True story, I believe you. 1000%. Gonna go down to see if any of my subs have some questions, because again, I have a lot of comments now. Okay, a lot of comments, so I need to see. And Katrina, hello, my wonderful friend. Yes, I'm good, thank you. I hope you are too. Thank you, Katrina, you're so wonderful. And Sylvester, thank you. May I ask your zodiac sign? Thank you, Sylvester, and thank you for connecting, actually. So, again, zodiac signs, I'm going to tell you my zodiac sign, but I'm just saying, right? Because I have a comment about everything. Zodiac signs are actually a tool, again, that we can use, okay? We look at certain elements in the sky and we see how the energies were aligned at that particular moment. But again, who is the one that's observing this? It is you. So you are actually the power behind this. And my puppy is actually, my puppy has been my puppy. So, but if you really must know, I am a Scorpio, okay? That's my zodiac sign. And Amelia, thank you, my wonderful friend. Okay, and everybody has the ability to be a medium. So yes, thank you, my wonderful friend Amelia. You are so totally right. And Lee says, sometimes I remember dreaming, but sometimes I think it's morning so quick. Yes, because the reason why this happens is, again, because time and space, believe it or not, don't exist in that. Thank you, Sylvester. So because time doesn't exist, this is a typical example of what I say when we say that time doesn't exist, right? You fall asleep 1 minute, next thing you know, 8 hours have passed by, right? But yet, it's only like seconds passed by for you, okay? And this is the remarkable thing. Joanna, I saw the other day that said beings in dreams get mad when asked the time. Why? Okay. So Joanna, to be quite honest with you, I've never been asked this before, but I'm going to give you the answer to that regardless. See, when you tap into this, what we call the universal consciousness, you would be amazed at how many answers you get and how much information gets downloaded. Okay? So again, when you saw this happening in your dreams, and if somebody asks them what time it is to get mad, that is by simply what they're telling you is that time, again, does not exist. Because everything happens in the now. There's no past or future. It's hard to understand it in this physical reality because we experience time as being linear. But in reality, on the other side, the way it operates, it's like you being, let's say, on a road. Think about your neighborhood, right? You see a street and then there's homes across it, right? It's like you crossing the street back and forth. All right, you can go across the street. That would be your future. For example, you want to come back. That's your past, for example, and the street itself could be your now, for example. I'm just giving you an example, right? So they get a little ticked off when you ask them that because simply from their point of view, time doesn't exist. That's why. Okay. Can a dead person contact us in any way? 1000% they can. Again, nobody dies. When I say nobody dies, it is like leaving from one room and going to the next. And yes, believe it or not, they are constantly sending you messages. They are constantly trying to communicate with you. The difference is that, let's say you go to a medium, right? Mediums have learned and have conditioned themselves to actually pick up on the information because they allow what is coming through to come to them and then they express it. So all you need to do is the same thing. You just need to allow the information that's coming through and just trust it as being genuine. But yes, they definitely try to communicate with us all the time. Let's get some more likes. Thank you for those beautiful likes, by the way. When you pass, do you heal quickly? 1000%, there's nothing to heal from. Your healing is actually what we call in the physical body, but who you really are has nothing to heal from, okay? And even though sometimes you might hear certain people saying, yeah, you might have like physical trauma that you might heal from or whatever, you need to go beyond that and realize that who you are really has no trauma either, okay? A lot of messages here. I love it. Okay. It's going to go really, really down to see if any of my subs have some questions here because, okay, Katrina, I've been noticing more lately that I have a dream, then see and an aspect of it in my reality. Yes. Beautiful comment. Thank you for sharing this, Katrina. It is wonderful. The reason for this is because, again, when we dream of something, we are actually shifting into a different reality. We are experiencing a different reality. And some realities are very close to the ones that we live right now. So you are going to find certain aspects of that dreamt reality similar to this reality. Therefore, when it happens in this reality, you already know about it because you already were in that different dimension in your dream. So that's what's happening here, Katrina. Okay. And Joanna, why are so many that are awake caught up in a spiritual war? Again, there should be no spiritual war. I get it. And the reason for this is because there's nobody that is truly, truly awake. I'm going to repeat this. There's nobody that is truly, truly awake. And why is this? Because while somebody sees somebody and considers them to be awake, we need to understand that the awakening process is a never-ending process. We always grow. We always evolve. We always expand. Source expands. We are part of Source. So, when somebody calls himself awake and they're at a certain level, and somebody else calls himself awake, they're at a certain level, but they don't see eye to eye, thus, here comes your spiritual war. Okay, Joanna? Because they all think that they are right. In the meantime, they both kind of missed the boat here, because all you need to do is stay still, stay silent, be aware, and just let the information come to you. Okay? But this is what happens. The spiritual wars happen because the ego kicks in again. Okay? Hello, Bailey. Yes, Katrina, you heard her. Bailey was here. She's at the back now, but yeah, she can be quite vocal at times. Hello, my wonderful friend. Awesome, exactly. Okay, Katrina. Zodiac signs kind of annoy me because they put people in boxes. We are more than that. Yes, absolutely right, Katrina. And that's why, if you notice, when somebody asked me about my zodiac sign, I said the same thing. In a way, right? Zodiac signs are just tools, again, right? You can't put everybody in a box. Thank you, Joanna. You can't put everybody in a box because, again, we try as humans in this physical reality to understand things. And the way we do it is, like you said, we try to put everybody in a simple box. And we say, okay, you belong here, you belong there, you belong down here, you belong up there, and so on and so on. But in reality, everybody is unique. Everybody has something very, very special to bring to this physical realm. Everybody has their own gifts and abilities and knowledge. And therefore, everybody is very, very unique. Okay? Think about it like this, just to show you how unique you really are. You know the fingerprints, when you take your finger and you take a print of it, no fingerprint ever matches another fingerprint. The same applies to zebras, okay? When you look at their lines, zebras, leopards, cheetahs, doesn't matter, right? You look at their lines. No shape is the same as another zebra or leopard, okay, or tiger, I should say. The same applies to your fingertips. The same applies to your eyes. You know, like now they even have machines that scan your eyes. You put your eyes in. They're very, very unique. This is not by coincidence. This is not by accident. This is because your consciousness, which is actually directing its awareness towards this that we call our body, which is energy, has a specific frequency and vibration to it. And that frequency and vibration can show itself, thank you, Amelia, can show itself like in your fingerprints, in your eyes, and your DNA in general sometimes, right? You are very, very unique. So yes, I totally agree with you, Katrina. Zodiac signs are just created, but they're not totally true. But you can use them as a tool to a certain point. All right, let me see what other questions my wonderful subs have said. Okay, Amelia, thank you, my wonderful friend. Katrina, love it, thank you. You're more than welcome, Katrina. And Joanna, thank you. Not a problem, Joanna. Always a pleasure. Sylvester, thank you. Love and light. Love and light to you as well, my wonderful friend. Okay, Nathanael. But my father had passed for 11 years ago. But do you think after this life he will still be my father? So, okay. The way it plays out is actually very, very simple. Okay. The energy, or the consciousness, I should say, because the energy was his body, but the consciousness that is your father, okay, had a certain agreement with you and a certain role with you. And you kind of changed roles, okay? And this happens to everybody, by the way, because we kind of get involved with other beings, which we call our soul group, and we kind of interchange our roles, okay? So in this case, he was your father. In a different lifetime, maybe you are his father, and so on and so on. And the reason why we do this is because we need to learn from all these experiences, because we grow and evolve even more and expand even more. Okay? So even if he passed 11 years ago, believe it or not, everything happens in the now. So on his side, it's in the now, right? And after this life, he might still be your father, yes. Nobody says he can't. It all depends on what kind of agreements the two of you have. And lovely, do you believe in ancestors? Okay, again, the ancestors comes exactly what I was just telling Nathanael here, okay? We all come in as soul groups, and a lot of times even the so-called ancestors that we call as ancestors was actually you. You heard me. Was you in different realities. In this case, you might go back like 1,000 years and call them your ancestor, but it was you again. Or other soulmates that belong in your soul group. So that's awesome. Beautiful questions here. I love you guys. Let me go back up and see if I missed any of your questions. Did I miss anything? Hi, sir. Here's a good one. I haven't seen this in a while. Okay. Hi, sir. Does really God exist? Okay. I just stumbled on this. I have a lot of comments here, but I like this one. Does God really exist? So, undoubtedly, whatever you want to call it, you want to call it God, you want to call it Source. Some people call it the universe. Scientists, believe it or not, today, and I like this one too, they call it the field, right? Doesn't matter what you want to call it. We definitely know that it's out there and it exists. How do we know this? Because when we get this information, if God didn't exist, like you put it here, God, we wouldn't be able to get this information. Everything that happens for a reason. It happens for our growth and our expansion. As a matter of fact, God also expands through us because we are an extension of God. This is big, what I'm telling you right now. And if you catch it, it might even change your whole life around, right? We are an extension of God, or Source, or the field, or whatever you want to call it. And as this extension, this means that God is expanding also through us. And therefore, everybody, and I mean everybody here and beyond, is equally important. So think of God as being the glue that holds everything together. Okay? Without God, nothing would exist. And I'm saying God because that's the term that you used. Nothing would exist. It is it's the glue that keeps everything together. Beautiful question, though. Thank you. Yes, you're right. Thank you. I love your questions. What can we do about negative spirits. I can feel it affecting me. All right. What you are feeling is energy. Okay. You might want to call it a spirit. You might want to call it whatever you want to call it. But bottom line is you are feeling energy. Energy, it is up to you to change it. How do you do it? Because again, remember what I said earlier? You are the awareness. You are the consciousness behind it. So when you put your awareness on this energy, for example, right now you just labeled it already. You labeled it negative. We need to understand that every time we label something as positive or negative, again, it is our thoughts, it is our mind, it is our conditioning that has brought us to this conclusion. But this conclusion is not real. Our mind is lying to us. Our thoughts are lying to us, okay? This is not real. There are no negative spirits. You are detecting energy, and this energy, you decided to interpret it as being negative, but it is not negative, okay? There's only source, or what I call there's only light, and you pinch yourself off from light, and that's how you experience darkness. In this case, there's love, and you pinch yourself off and you see negativity. So the way to actually change this is by simply acknowledging it, just like you did, and just letting it go. The more you think about it in this way, the more you are feeding it, because it is energy. And the more you look at it in this way, the more you're going to feed it, the more it's going to grow. And it's not going to go away anytime soon. So the best way to do it is to simply be still, be aware, be conscious, and be in the silent and present moment, and feel positive emotions, and this will go away, okay? And when I say positive emotions, just connect to appreciation, gratitude, compassion, love, whatever positive emotion comes to your mind, right? Joy, happiness, whatever it is that comes to your being. Beautiful. I love your comments. Nathanael, what do you think of Putin? You want to talk politics, don't you, Nathanael? The question is not what I think about Putin. The question is, what does everybody else, or what do you think about it? All right? The only thing that I can tell you on this subject is that everything on this planet and in this realm happens for a reason. And the reason is nothing more than for us to grow and expand, not only individually, but as a common goal for the whole collective to expand and grow. So Putin definitely has a role in this, just like everybody else, okay? And his role is not by accident. So, and okay, Sparrowhawk, thank you for joining. We create our own reality. Someone remote views me in a place. They might see something different. They might see something different. Yes. So I'm glad that you brought this up, Sparrowhawk. I love this. Yes, we do create our own reality. So when somebody is doing viewing, for example, when somebody's doing remote viewing, they're going to see their version of you. Okay, and when I say their version of you, I mean their version that they have created of you. Is this the real you? The real you is multidimensional. The real you lives in parallel realities. The real you is not bound by time and space. So who are they seeing? Their creation, of course. Wow. Wow, I felt that. That's why I just said wow. Yeah. Sometimes, I make comments and I feel them as well. I feel them so powerful because at the same time as I'm making this comment, I can feel the impact that it's having on so many of you out there and to me as well. And when I say to me, I mean to my higher being, because my higher being also expands and grows from this interaction. And I just felt it. Thank you for that. Wow. Okay. Do I have a real name? Nathanael is asking. Nathanael? Beautiful, beautiful question. I love it. Your questions are getting smarter and smarter. John, thank you, my wonderful friend. To make a long story short, because I don't want to overplay this, okay? You do not have a real name, okay? And the reason for this is because names, again, were created, okay, by, in this reality, by us. You were given a name, but you are not your name. And to make it simple for you, you've had multiple names during your whole course of reincarnations. So every time you came to this physical reality, you had a different name. Are you your name? No, of course not. And who you really are doesn't have a name. As a matter of fact, who you really are doesn't have a gender, color, none of that, okay? Who you really are is a vast being of love and light, and there's no name to it. Beautiful question. Well, I don't know why, but I'm getting really, really touched today by all your questions. Rachel, oh, thank you. Interesting. Awesome. I love all your questions. Okay, I'm going to go right back down again because I noticed that I have more questions that are coming down. Yes, you are right. Thank you. And Halo Angel is here. Why? I seen number 18 always every day and everywhere. And even I see it right now. All right. So the answer to this is this. Okay. Halo Angel, I'm talking to you. Okay. The number 18 is something significant for you. Okay. So now you got to go back and you got to figure out what the 18 stands for. You might have to go way back. You might have to go as early as your childbirth. And when I'm saying as early as your childbirth, because when we see these numbers reoccurring, okay, they are usually numbers that are associated with this lifetime and not previous ones, okay? And the reason for this is because every time you reincarnate, let's say, you close the door and you open a new one, okay? So, and even though you have all this information to you and available to you if you want it, when you see reoccurring numbers, it is 99.9% happening because something is happening in this reality. So you need to go back and figure out what the number 18 means to you. It could have been, I'm just saying, right? I'm just throwing ideas out there. It could have been somebody that you loved very, very dearly and passed at the age of 18. It could have been somewhere where you were born and the address was 18 of something, right? It could have been something that happened to you if you're older than that, of course, and played a huge role when you were 18, for example. So you got to go back and you got to figure out what this 18 means to you. It can also be something that you had in common with somebody that has passed. Maybe you had this number in common with somebody, or it meant something. If that's the case, that means that that other, I'm going to call them person, quote unquote, but they're not persons, they're not people once you cross, right? They're trying to send you a message in this case. Beautiful. I love your comments. All right, let's get some more likes. The more likes we get, the more of a feeding frenzy we create. I love it. See, when you wonderful folks start these beautiful questions, I start talking and talking, and at this point, I see so many messages here, and you know what? I love every single one of your messages, and you know, uh, sometimes I just I feel emotional about them, like right now, and even Bailey feels emotional right now, I guess, right? Because she's being in her own world. So again, what I was saying at the beginning of this live, and I want you to really, really think about it. Can you ever think of a time that you were not? Okay. So what does this mean? You are right here, right now. You are having an interaction with many people here on this platform. You're also communicating with me back and forth. So you know that you are. You know that you exist. You know that you are conscious. You know that you are awareness. Has there ever been a time that you can recall that you never were? I'm going to make it simple for you, and I'm going to say no. You cannot go back and think of a time that you never existed. Okay? You know why? Because there is no such time. You see, time doesn't exist. And since time doesn't exist, and you are here right now experiencing what you are experiencing, this tells you one thing. This tells you that you always were, you are, and you always will be. If you grasp the information that I just gave you, it is enough to send shivers up your spine. It is enough to have you break down in tears. It is enough for you to have that aha moment and realize that you, my friends, are indestructible. Okay? It is more than enough. Think about what I just said. Leave me some comments. And speaking of comments, I got 47 new messages just right here. I love it. Okay, I'm going to go back down and see. Thank you, Joanna. Amelia, thank you. Sylvester, love and light to you, okay? Back down, okay. I'm going back down to see if any of my subs have said anything. Shahira, God is an ocean of love and light, and we are a drop of this ocean. Yes, Shahira, you are 1000% correct. You cannot be anything different. You are part of God, as you put it, or source, or whatever name you want to give in this case, right? You cannot be anything different. We are all united. We are all interconnected. Let me just put it to you this way. Why? Because we all came from the same place. And Freedom says, do we ever stop or reincarnate? Yes. The choice is totally yours. But yes, there will come a time, believe it or not, you will stop. And the reason for that is because when I say stop, I mean in this physical reality here. Lady T, thank you. You will stop because you will come up to a point where you feel that you have discovered all you needed to discover in this reality. You will come up to a point where you will realize that you have grown, you have expanded, and in a lot of cases you have grown and expanded way beyond what you thought was even possible. Camila, my wonderful friend, thank you for joining. Love and light to you. I love the beautiful bird that you sent. Look like an owl. Poppy, thank you. So there will come a time where you're going to stop reincarnating here, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to go somewhere else. Okay? Chances are you might want to go somewhere else. Chances are that you might just simply stop altogether and just be, thank you, Poppy. Truly appreciate it. You might just stop altogether and just be a guide or a voice of reason or whatever it is that you might want to do. But the choice is always yours. Remember that. You always have free will. Thank you, my wonderful friend. Going back down. Amelia, phenomenal live today. Amelia, thank you, my wonderful friend. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I think in this live, what happened to me is I connected with somebody's energy here on this live. I can't tell who right now. I will. But I connected maybe with multiple people here. I feel this energy. And this energy today touched me. And when I say it touched me, every time I do a live, actually, it touches me. But for whatever reason today, I felt like going beyond what I normally do. And the reason for this is because I feel that somebody today needed this live. I feel that somebody needed this guidance. I feel that somebody needed this connection. And when I say guidance, I don't necessarily mean from me. They can maybe be looking at other people's comments here and getting guidance from there as well. But something is happening here tonight that I truly, truly love and appreciate. Of course, I love and appreciate it every single time, but there's something special tonight. John, thank you, my wonderful friend. And okay, is it green? Right, okay. Love and light from Norway. You make me so happy. Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful, wonderful comment. I truly love and appreciate it. But I'm going to make a comment on top of that. You are happy, my friend, not because I make you happy, okay? You are happy, my friend, because you choose to be happy. Remember this, my lovely friend from Norway. You choose to be happy. I might be just the tool that you see in front of you, but I'm definitely not, what do you call it? I'm not the source of your happiness. You are the source of your happiness. But regardless, I'm going to take the compliment. I'm going to say thank you. And I'm going to say I really, really appreciate your wonderful comment. Okay, let's move on. Joanna, when you said our ancestors are actually us, my phone pinged in confirmation. There you go, my wonderful friend. I love the fact, Joanna, that you are picking up on little signs like this. Because, yes, this is how you get confirmation. This is how you get signs and signals from the other side, if you want to call it that. And again, I'm hesitant to call it the other side because everything is happening here, okay? You are definitely in tune with this, my wonderful friend Joanna. And that's why you picked up on this. And Amelia agrees with you. Joanna, yeah, that's awesome. See? You guys are awesome. Okay, Katrina, 88 always stands out for me. Thank you for sharing. So Katrina, if you can, if you remember, can you tell us what the number 88 means to you? If you can remember, and if you care to share, of course. Because I guarantee you there is definitely a meaning to this 88 that maybe you are aware of or maybe you're not. But I'm simply just pointing you in that direction. But the answer is only going to come from you, right? That's beautiful. Question. Okay. I love questions. Why do I wake up at 4 a.m. every day? For 2 weeks now. Can't go back to sleep. All right. So, again, there are multiple reasons why you might be waking up at 4 a.m. But usually, the number 3 a.m. is a very special number when it comes down to waking up. Okay? But having said this, again, numbers are just tools. What I suggest you do, my wonderful friend Tracy, okay, is forget about what time it is, because again, time is just an illusion. When you wake up at that time, I want you to get out of bed, okay? Put your feet down on the ground, wherever you are sitting. Put them on the floor, right? Close your eyes and just simply relax and just be. You don't have to do this for long. 5 minutes is sufficient enough. Try not to think of anything. And the way you do this is by simply focusing on your breath at this time, because it is dark, so you can't really focus anywhere else. Put your feet on the ground, focus on your breathing. And just, when I say focus, just on the tip of your nose, right here. Just focus on the air going in and out of your nose. Don't use your mouth for this, just your nose, because it's more sensitive than your mouth. That's what I'm saying. And while you do this, just put the intention out there. Just ask, what is it that I need to know at this specific time? That's it. And then just allow it. How do you allow it? By keeping your body still, don't move. Allow the information to come down to you. I guarantee you, if you do this, Tracy, the answer will come to you. Somebody is sending you a message at this time. And if you do this, you will receive it. Guaranteed. No two ways about it. Just do it. You're going to thank me later. Okay? And Sparrowhawk, are we all one at a deep level? 1000%. And when I say all, or in your case, as you say all, I mean everything, not just humans. Everything. Everything we are. Animals, people, aliens, like some people like to call them, from different worlds. Yes, they do exist. I've been asked this many times. Yes, I just don't call them aliens because we are all one. Trees, animals, plants, insects, and believe it or not, I'm going to go even one step further, and I'm going to say even objects. Why? Because even these objects that we see have a certain awareness to them. Okay? Of course, their awareness is not like your awareness, but they still have an awareness up to a certain point. But this is the beautiful thing. When you project your awareness on it, it creates a bigger awareness on this as well. I'm just giving you the pen as an example because I'm just holding one. You can do it with a cup. You can do it with, anything, right? It creates a bigger awareness when you actually look at it, okay? And this is actually what happens when we communicate with people on different levels too. When people say, oh, you're awake, for example, you've awakened, right? All this means is that you see things from a different perspective, from a different angle, okay? And when you see it from that angle, you're actually helping the whole collective raise and grow, right? So it's the same principle. When you look at a pen, for example, and you project your awareness, this pen is raising its consciousness too. It can't go any other way. You can't lower your consciousness because you're already aware of it. But it is not at the same level with you. So, and I'm saying it because I'm just trying to show you the difference. It will become aware like you at some point. But at that point, by the time it becomes aware like you've already grown to different levels, of course, right? But this is how we expand. This is how we grow. And it is magnificent. It's all a game. But yes, thank you for your comment. Okay, may I ask, why is it I have all the sevens in my birthday? All right, 070771. Wishing you a happy new year. Thank you very, very much. Again, numbers are just a tool. I'm going to repeat it again. Numbers are just a tool, okay? And in this case, these numbers, the 070771, as you have pointed out here, are significant for you because you've related your whole life upon these numbers. But in reality, these numbers signify something important to you overall, not just the date of your birth, okay? These numbers, again, are tools that you can use on your daily life to understand more, maybe why you came to this physical reality to begin with, okay? These numbers might extend to even a previous life in your case. Why is this? Because you were born with these numbers. So they might be as a reminder that you have maybe promised something on a previous life, and this is like a reminder to you, to remind you and to make you aware that you have promised something. Or it could be as simple as you don't want to forget something that happened in a previous life. So I would do a little bit more of a deeper investigating on this. But thank you for sharing. All right, let's go back down. I love your questions today, all of you. You are so amazing. And Camila, always great to be here. You make my day make more sense even when I just listen. Camila, you're such a wonderful, wonderful being. And I'm saying being and not soul because we are beyond souls, of course, but you know this already. And just the fact that you are here, just the fact that you're making these beautiful comments. Also, okay, I want you to know that you are appreciated and loved. I love you very, very much and appreciate you. Thank you. All right, so for those of you that, of course, have joined here for the first time and don't know me, you can always go check out my page here on TikTok. If you like what you see, you can hit a follow. And at the same time, if you hit the bell icon, you will get notified every time I upload a video, okay? And for those of you that were asking about my other social media platforms, if you hit at the bottom of this page my link tree, that will direct you to my YouTube and Instagram. And very, very shortly, I'm going to have my own website there as well. And for those of you that want to subscribe, of course, this is your opportunity while I am live, because this is the only time you can actually subscribe. Anybody that wishes to subscribe and wants to can have a 15-minute Zoom meeting with me, just as a thank you. And you know, it's going to be one-on-one, of course, just to touch base and see what everybody is up to. All right, so Manny, are you ever forced to reincarnate? And my answer to you, Manny, is never. Okay, you are never ever forced to do anything. And I get it. Living in this physical reality, if you want to call it physical, we think that a lot of things are forced upon us, right? But if you step back, you are quickly going to realize that whatever is happening to you, even in this physical reality, is actually of your own doing. Okay, this is big, what I'm saying. Because when you realize that everything that has been happening to you is of your own making and your own doing, and I'm not saying consciously, it could be done unconsciously, okay? But we need to understand that whatever frequency and vibration we put out there, we get back in return, right? The same thing applies when you cross. When you cross over, again, you are in control. You always have a choice. And it doesn't matter what physical reality you're going to. And I'm saying physical, again, nothing is physical. It's all a dance of energy and consciousness. But whatever realm, I should say, you go to, you always have a choice of where to go and what to do. Beautiful question. Thank you. Oops. Did I miss something? Joanna, I love just listening to you. Thank you, my wonderful friend Joanna. I love the fact that you all are here. Okay. Going back down. John, okay. John, like, Usual, you're so fantastic. Camila, Joanna, thank you, my wonderful friend. Always better with my two favorite, okay, TikTok men online. I love you. Thank you, Camila. Okay. Just going down to see learning to live in the now. Yes, very, very important. Thank you for making this comment, Liz. It is so important. As a matter of fact, if I were to give anybody any sort of advice, okay, the biggest advice that I would give you is to be here, present in the moment, totally silent and still. The reason for this is because when you are still and you connect with silence, you connect with who you are. Information comes to you that you would not normally know. As a matter of fact, information comes to you that you wouldn't know, period. Not normally know, you wouldn't know it, period. And by connecting with who you really are, amazing things happen, right? Your true power is in the now, of course, because everything only unfolds in the now. There's no past, there's no future. It's in the now. Okay? So when you understand the importance of this, then you understand that your true nature is now. Your true power is now. Your true connectiveness to everything around you is now, right? Then your life will change so, I shouldn't say dramatically, that doesn't even do it justice. Your life will change so much that you're going to think you live in a fairy tale. That's how beautiful things become. All right. Camila, it's the American Ghost Hour from 3 to 4. There you go. Camila just mentioned something for you. I believe it was a Nathanael that asked about the 4 a.m. that you wake up. Camila just answered your question as well. Just going down. I have a lot of comments here, so I'm coming down to see, of course, what most of the subs have said here, most of my subs, I should say, because it's all personal to me. I love you guys. Last night, Camila's asking, last night it felt like I got upgraded through the night. Okay. Because since that, I've felt different in a way. That is awesome. So Camila, every time you feel this is because it really happened. Okay. Your feeling or your sense of what has happened never lies to you. Okay. Your thoughts will lie to you. Your brain will lie to you. But the feeling that you get will never lie to you. So if this is how you felt, Camila, this is because it really happened to you. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing. Okay, I love your comments today. This is super. Nathaniel, yeah, you can be different in every life and dimension. Yes, absolutely. And Jules Stone, you make me feel so tranquil. All worries disappear. Thank you. Again, thank you for your wonderful comment. It is so fantastic that I can share all this information with so many wonderful, wonderful people like yourself. I don't know what happened tonight. I just have this strong urge to just connect with as many of you as I can. And the reason for this is because I have a feeling tonight that there's somebody out there in this audience that I'm communicating with that actually needs this. And when I say needs this, I'm not saying needs me, don't get me wrong. Needs this in terms of the collectiveness, because there's a group of us here communicating now. So when I say needs this, doesn't necessarily have to mean needs what I'm saying, but it needs this overall experience, okay? And I think this is the connection that I'm having right now, and I'm going a little bit beyond what I would normally do. But I love it because I feel tranquil as well. I feel very calm, very good, and I love all your comments here. Love and light to all of you. Okay, Nathanael, but why are some people scared of lion, spider, and so on? Thank you for subscribing, Rosa. Okay, again, so people will be scared of a lion or a spider or anything else for that matter. The only reason why you're scared, Nathanael, not you, but anybody, is because we have been conditioned to think in this way. Our mind, our brain is lying to us. Okay? How many people have you seen, Nathanael, that have made lions their best friends? There's so many of them. You can even go right back and check even on YouTube or wherever else. So many people have a bond with lions. What does this tell you? Are they dangerous? Of course, if you don't understand them. But the minute you understand them, and the minute you know how to create a bond with them, they're not these man-eating machines anymore, are they? They are these wonderful beings that are capable of showing love and affection. As far as the spider is concerned, the same thing applies. How many times have you seen people hugging a tarantula or just playing around with it and just, when you put that energy out there of love, other beings will catch on to it, whether it is a lion, whether it is a spider, whether it is a pen. Thus, that's how we do telekinesis too. I'm saying that over and over and over again because it is very real. A lot of people can do it. When you project love towards things, amazing things happen. Okay? So they're afraid because they've been conditioned to be afraid. That's my answer to you. Camila, I love you as much as I love me and as much as we love the air we breathe, my friend. And you know what, Camila? I totally get that. And I totally understand you when you say this because I feel the same way. Love and light to you, my wonderful friend. And there we go. Any other comments? I love you guys. Shahira, every day while meditating, you are guiding me. Okay, wondering if you ever felt my energy as well. Again, remember what I just said, Shahira, earlier. There's somebody here that is actually, I feel their energy here. I feel as if they need something from the collectiveness. Maybe part of it has to do with you as well, and maybe it has to do with somebody else here as well. But regardless, yes, I do feel this energy. But thank you for sharing, Shahira. I really do. Again, this is because we are all interconnected, okay? And when we just simply sit back and allow things to happen, magical things happen. And in this case, voila, this is what happens. Thank you for your wonderful comment, Shahira. And is it Michael? Michael Pius, okay. If we can only have one thought at a time, make it a good one. Absolutely. But then again, what determines what thought is good and what thought is bad, right? Again, it is conditioning. Let me put it to you this way. Thoughts, believe it or not, are not generated by us, okay? Thoughts are floating around in what we call, or science calls these days, the field. You, or us, are actually, your brain plays the role of a receiver in this case. And as a receiver or as a radio, whatever station you tune into that is the frequency you're going to pick up. So let's say you are sitting here, you are the radio, you are the frequency, and you are playing a certain frequency that you're trying to tune into. Whatever thought comes by will be picked up by you, in this case, which is the receiver, and this is how this operates, right? But that doesn't mean that this thought is negative or positive. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means that it exists. So it all depends on how we have conditioned ourselves. And the way you figure out how you've conditioned yourself is by being aware of what kind of station you are dialed into and what kind of frequency you are picking up. That's a clear indicator of where your mind is at. Good morning, my wonderful friend. Always nice to be here. I feel part of something. Yes, Heather, this is because you are part of something. You are part of something much bigger, much greater than what most of us can even fathom or understand. It's a good vibe. Thank you, Heather. And Joanna, the collective is amazing tonight. Love you all. Thank you for your wonderful, wonderful comment, Joanna. I can feel this as well. I truly, truly can feel it. And again, I can't exactly pinpoint at this moment what it is, but there's definitely something in the air tonight that is making this even more amazing. And I don't think it's just one of us doing this. It is the collective, just like you put it here, Joanna. The collective is making this an amazing night. We are all tuned into this amazing frequency tonight. And of course we are, because if we weren't tuned into it, we wouldn't be here communicating with one another in such an amazing and beautiful way. I must say that from all the lives that I've done, tonight is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And it's unusual for me to say these words because I normally don't have favorites. I just let things be. Thank you, Joanna. I just let things be the way they are, right? But tonight, for whatever reason, I just feel compelled to express this. Thank you. Thank you, Guy. Thank you. I would have already closed this live a long time ago, but I'm just compelled to be here even longer. It's amazing. I have so many people here. I have so many beautiful comments. I feel the energy here. Where am I going to go? I love it. I love you guys. Okay, and Joanna, I love Lions Laugh Out Loud. I am a Leo. There you go, my wonderful friend. Yes. Now, if you can love spiders too, even better. That's amazing. John, I knew you were special. I see your Santa uniform behind you. Yes, you see it, John? Right here, my friend. Yes. Believe it or not, thank you for mentioning this, John. This year, I actually was Santa. Okay, I dressed up in this occasion that we had with some children, of course, that one of the organizations was doing here in the city of Windsor where I'm at. And we were, giving out gifts and donations and breakfast. I think they had breakfast with Santa, right? And guess what, John? I was Santa Claus. So thank you for sharing that. And again, why was I Santa? Because it is all about putting the beautiful smile on people's faces, regardless of what we believe in, regardless of what we are. We just want to see humanity happy and expand and grow. So yes, I did dress up as Santa Claus. And in the spirit of the holidays, of course, it was even more amazing, right? Okay. And Mr. Angry, a pen can write a love letter, but a pen can sign a death warrant. 1000%, my wonderful friend. You are totally, totally right. It all depends on how we perceive things. Again, the pen is a tool, so depends on how you want to use it. In the same aspect, you can say the same thing about a car, right? A car can be used for transportation purposes. It can also be used as a weapon. And there's so many more examples, right? It all depends on how we see things and what our perspective is. Nathanael, when I walk outside, I feel sometimes that people are staring on me like in a weird way. But why? So, first of all, I wouldn't want you to worry about that. Okay? Because when somebody is staring at you or when they're doing something that kind of makes you feel uneasy, know that this is their issue, not yours. Okay? All you have to do is become aware of it, which in this case you have been, and just don't interfere, just be you. Okay? When people stare at somebody, it is usually, they have multiple reasons, right? It all depends on the scenario, of course, but usually they might stare at somebody in awe. They might stare at somebody because they think they're weird. They might stare at somebody because they think that somebody is doing something special. So there's different reasons. But whatever the reason is, I wouldn't let it bother me at all. Greetings from Greece. Hello, my wonderful friend. And of course, Camila, Nathaniel, maybe you got social anxiety or maybe someone do. There we go. Camila's always amazing. Okay, I don't have anxiety. That's awesome. Any other? And Rosa G, thank you. Just found you yesterday. So grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rosa G, first of all, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. Love and light to you. I have a funny feeling that we are going to become acquainted even more here. Because what happens here, we create a beautiful circle of friends and family. And beyond that, we create a bond that is amazing here. Because we all vibe in similar vibrations, I should say. Thank you, my wonderful friend, for that. We are all amazing. Yes, Rachel, I totally, totally agree with you. And Camila says, I feel the positiveness, yes, of the collective too. I love it. Thank you, Camila. I am sure you can. And there's some people here actually that are empaths as well, and I know this for a fact. So for those of you that are empaths, I totally get this phrase as well. And Camila, I believe you are one of them as well. I do love spiders. Thank you, Joanna. There you go. That doesn't surprise me. I feel really, really moved by you and all this. Thank you, my wonderful friend Sean Foran. Thank you. I feel moved by all of you here as well tonight. Like I said, there's something special here tonight. Okay, and I really feel the energy. It is amazing. Okay, so please explain. Daniel Tez Kli Kochami. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but whatever it means, love and light to you. That is awesome. Again, I'm going to say it again. So when I started off, see, John, you mentioned about the hat. There it is. Isn't that awesome? That's for John. Okay, so for those of you that are here for the first time, all right, and don't know me, by all means, you can always check my page here. And if you like what you see, you can hit a follow, of course. And at the same time, if you hit the bell icon, you will get notified every time I upload a video. I think today I uploaded 2 of them, which is unusual for me, but still, I uploaded 2 of them. And for those of you that were asking about my social media platforms, at the bottom of my page, you will find a link tree. Okay, it's a link. It's called Linktree. You tap on that, and that's going to direct you to my YouTube and my Instagram. And very, very soon, actually, I'm going to add my personal website on there as well. And for those of you that wish to subscribe, you can only do that while I am here live. And if you do that and you wish to, you can have a 15-minute Zoom meeting with me, one-on-one, just to touch base and communicate with one another. Okay? So, let's see what other beautiful comments you have here. Greetings from Greece. Of course, thank you for being here, my wonderful friend. And Camila, I let Bart the spider out the window instead of killing him. I'm proud. Never done that before. Camila, you just reminded me of something. This is mind-blowing, actually, what you just reminded me of. I do this a lot. That's why I'm saying. Every time I see a spider, I will put like a paper under it or a pen or something. And I'm going to try to make it move on the paper. And then from there, I'm going to take it outside, of course, right? Not just spiders, but in general, any insect that I see, I try to do the same. If it's a fly flying around, I'm going to open the door and try to chase it out the door or something, right? But that's remarkable of what you just reminded me. And John, yeah, yes, John. Thank you, my wonderful friend. Darren, Happy New Year to you as well, my wonderful friend. Thank you for wishing all of us here Happy New Year. Angel, okay. You have love in your heart to share to the children. I love it. Thank you for your wonderful comment. Love should be something that we all strive for because, like I said earlier in this live as well, love is one of the main reasons we come here to learn as well. Of course, it is not the only reason. There are multiple reasons for us to come into this physical reality, but love is definitely on the top ones. And this is why we have a lot of challenging relationships. Name me somebody, think about somebody, anybody that you can think of that hasn't had a challenging relationship. I can guarantee you that you can't think of anybody or hasn't gone through something difficult in their life. We all have challenges. We all have challenging situations. We all have challenging relationships, and this is done on purpose. This is done on purpose from our higher being, in this case, higher beings, because we are a collectiveness. We are all soulmates, believe it or not. Okay? So as a whole, we did this on purpose just so we can grow and expand. Okay? So love is definitely one of those things that we came to experience. All right. And Katrina, is me eating meat bad? So I know that we've been conditioned to believe that eating certain foods might be bad or that we are killing things and so on and so on. But I'm going to throw a different question out there, right? If something feels heavy for you, then I simply wouldn't eat it. If you are in alignment, and when I say alignment, what I'm talking about is if you are feeling okay with it. If you're feeling okay with doing something, by all means, go ahead and do it. Okay? As far as meat or anything else, we need to see it as a perspective of everything around us is energy. Our bodies are energy. We are not our bodies. The spirit, if you might say, that is in the beef or whatever it is that you might be eating is not the one that's being eaten here. You can't destroy who you really are, okay? Meat is energy, again, just like uh, vegetables, just like, you know, the vegans and all that. It is all up to you. Depends on what you are in alignment with. If you feel heavy with a certain food, I wouldn't eat it. If you feel good about it, go right ahead and eat it, right? Fantastic, beautiful questions. And Steve says, my vibrant internal energy is so high tonight. It feels like it is radiating out of me. And chances are that it is, because like I said earlier, there is a special type of energy going on here tonight, Steve. There's a plethora of us here tonight that are feeling this, okay? It is just special. And even though everything is special when we connect, tonight there's something magic in the air. Actually, I love it because we're closing off 2022 in a positive note, and 2023 is coming in very positive, very strong. I love that. Okay, from Malaysia, thank you. Shahira, I have similar experiences, but in my case, people smile to me or easily talk to me. That is amazing. Thank you for sharing, Shahira. That is wonderful. All right. Hello from Ohio. Yes, meat is bad. Again, you see, so Daniel in his case doesn't, it's not part of his, he's not in alignment with it. So for him, it's not good to eat meat. So like I said, it all depends on what you are in alignment with. And please send me your website. Yeah, so again, my website is going to be linked in my link tree as well. Okay, but I will also send it out separately. Of course, you will find it on my TikTok page for sure. Okay, beautiful. Mark says, I have a problem. I start getting to the point of feeling the vibrations, but how do you stay awake? So, the way you stay awake is by simply becoming aware and still. And the minute you become, when I say you become aware, I mean literally become aware of everything. Become aware of what your body is doing. Become aware of your sensations. Become aware of the clothes that you are wearing. Become aware of the environment around you, the temperature in the room, the smells, the whatever you are hearing, right? All of that plays a key role. And Nathaniel says, I don't know why, but right now I feel happy. So you are picking up on the collectiveness again, okay? We are in a happy mood here. We are in a great mood. So A, you're picking up from that. B, being happy, believe it or not, is your natural state. So by you being in contact with all of us here, what happens is your brain, your mind cannot interfere to give you thoughts that otherwise would occupy you or preoccupy you. So therefore, when you ease off the thoughts, what happens is your natural state begins to rise. And your natural state is that of happiness. This is why you're happy, Nathanael. Beautiful. At least I am an empath. Fantastic. All right. Any other comments from... I love you guys tonight. I'm going back and forth. John, lovely. Thank you. It is wonderful here. Shahira, since beginning of this live, I keep seeing repeated numbers and mirrored numbers. There is magic. Yes, there is magic, Shahira. Definitely there is magic. And if I were you, not that I'm telling you what to do, it's just a suggestion, of course, right? If I were you, I would pay close attention to those numbers, okay? And pay very close attention to them. That's all I'm going to say, right? And what you can do with them, you figure it out. But pay close attention to those numbers. Awesome. John, very good. Michael, in your opinion, is the planet controlled by evil men? Beautiful question. So, I'm going to say it again. The planet is the way it should be. It is perfect. And when I say perfect, I mean everything about it is perfect. It might not seem perfect from our perspective because, again, we are throwing in our mind, we are throwing in our ideas, we're throwing in our perspectives, we're throwing in our conditioning. And we believe that things are evil when in reality they are just the way they need to be in order for us to grow, expand, and just know that there's no limit to us, right? In order for us to grow and expand, in order for us to see the light, we need to experience the so-called darkness. Why? Because without experiencing the darkness, you wouldn't see the light. Okay. Beautiful. Aris, thank you, my wonderful friend. Katrina, I eat lots of it, and that's okay. If you are in alignment with it, then there's nothing wrong with it. Okay. Liz, eat everything in moderation is the key. There you go. You can eat everything in moderation. Yes, there is a lot of wisdom to this. Of course, the ancients were already discussing this, right? 1000%. And can you move out of your body and move physical objects? Believe it or not, yes, you can. The reason I'm saying this is because whether you are in your body or whether you are out of your body, you are the awareness behind this. Your body is made out of energy. That's it. Objects that we call in the physical reality are made out of energy. In both cases, you have energy. You are the awareness. So, as you can move objects while you are in your body as the awareness, you can also move objects out of your body as the awareness. Nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed is you being out of your body, but nothing has changed in terms of awareness and energy. Beautiful question. I've actually never been asked that, but it's beautiful. I love it. Good one. Thank you, my wonderful friend. I did that when I had an NDE experience. Wonderful. I love it. Lise, we have the teeth to eat meat. There you go. Again, when you are in alignment with something, just follow it. All right. Hello from Ottawa. Come on, guys. Everyone, please tap your screen. Thank you, John. You are amazing, my wonderful friend. To ask their leaders about that. There you go. Camila. Thank you. Greetings from Indonesia. Thank you for connecting from Indonesia. I'm just curious, what time, if we want to talk about time in this physical reality, is it in Indonesia? That's awesome. So, the wisdom tonight, okay, the wisdom taught me how to reverse my severity to diabetes. Okay, so your type 2 diabetes, right? It taught you how to reverse it. That is awesome, because believe it or not, you can change anything that you want to change. You can change your life. You can change so-called condition. You can change so many things if you just simply know how to do it. And the main thing is to increase your awareness about it. And in this case, you have. That's awesome. Good night in pain from my fall. Okay, good night in pain from my fall. Going to take a Epsom salt bath now. Love and light, my friend. Love and light to you as well. Enjoy your bath. It is always very, very helpful. Okay. Hi from Ireland. Shahira. I keep praying while seeing these numbers. Hope doing the right thing. So again, if you are inclined to pray, by all means do it. So believe it or not, Shahira, praying is just a form of meditation. That's all it is. Why is that? Because just as you meditate and you simply allow things to happen, when you pray, you are expecting things to happen, right? It is a form of meditation, and it's a good form. So yes, you are doing the right thing. Don't worry about it. 6:45 in the morning. Okay, that's pretty amazing. Thank you. Portugal, thank you for connecting. Sonia from Portugal, truly amazing. For some it happens on the first try, some on the 10th, some never. Thank you, Camila. Always a pleasure when you make these wonderful comments. Learn how to pick up messages from the wisdom. Yes, totally agree. And Sean, okay, the meat was alive and kicking and has to be murdered so we can gorge on it. No way, I just can't. Yeah, if you're not in alignment with it, then just don't. Plain and simple. I'm in Ireland, by the way. Thank you for connecting, my wonderful friend from Ireland. Always a pleasure to have so many different people from around the globe here. I'm truly humbled and truly grateful and truly thankful that all of you are connecting. And Nathaniel, by the way, I'm half Native American and half Norwegian. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing, Nathaniel. Always a pleasure to have all you wonderful folks here tonight. Okay. So, any other questions before we close tonight? I am going to bring this to a close. I think I've been streaming here for quite a while tonight, and I tell you, I enjoyed and enjoy every single moment of it. It was just a beautiful experience tonight, and I know that a lot of you on here agreed to this. It was just amazing, mind-blowing. I love it. Good night, all. Good night, my wonderful friend. Again, I'm going to, thank you, Joanna. I'm going to say that remember that you are. And you don't need to remember because you just simply are, okay? And once you realize that you are, you're also going to realize that since time doesn't exist, that means there's no past or future, there's only now. And since you exist in the now, that means what? That means that you will always exist. Okay? Love and light to all of you. Thank you for this wonderful live that so many amazing folks participated in. Camila, thank you. Love and light to you, my beautiful friend. Shahira, all of you. Just, I really love this. This is a beautiful platform to experience the real meaning of humanity without any discrimination. 1000% Shahira. And I want all of you to know that this is a no judgment zone. Okay? There's definitely no discrimination. There's definitely no judgment. We are all connected. We are all one. And love and compassion should be our number one priority in all of this. Thank you all. Love and light to you. And if I don't speak to you before the end of the year, I want to wish all of you a happy Happy New Year. And know that you are the creator of your reality, and nothing, and I mean nothing, is beyond your reach. This is how powerful and magnificent you really are. Happy New Year from Australia. Happy New Year to all of you. Love and light, Camila, thank you. I love you so much as well. Love and light, bye for now. And I want you all to know that I love you dearly, all of you. Bye-bye.